For the past 20 years, I have been helping educators integrate creative technology tools and project-based learning into their classrooms. Taking a PBL approach is a massive shift in how we think about student learning, but that doesn't mean we can't take small steps to move in the right direction. There's a lot of talk right now about PBL. While these discussions are much more exciting than high-stakes testing, project-based learning seems to have different definitions depending on who you're talking to. I want to begin this talk by sharing how I define it. In a project-based approach to learning, students learn content and skills as needed to solve a problem. PBL is not learning content and creating a project, but learning content because you need it for a challenging task you want to do. On the continuum of teaching and learning, PBL falls on the side of construction. A PBL approach is much harder to control as an instructor, but in the words of Alfie Cohen, what counts in a classroom is not what the teacher teaches, it's what the learner learns. We need to look more closely, though, at where projects lie on the continuum. While projects can be close to the learning end of the spectrum, they can be highly teacher-centered if they focus purely on academic work or work that is highly scripted by the instructor. PBL requires a dramatic change in our thinking about teaching and learning. So to help educators move from projects to PBL, I have them focus in 3 areas: ideas, work, and effort. Let's start with ideas, since this is the stuff we're pretty good at. But so much of our curriculum is defined, we often know what to teach, but not why we teach it. As a result, important ideas and concepts get overtaken by a tsunami of information. While many of us don't feel we have the authority to stray from our scope and sequence, if we focus on high-quality questioning, think Bloom's taxonomy or Webb's depth of knowledge, we can spend less time talking at our students and more time supporting their inquiry. Simply put, does our classroom learning focus on covering information or uncovering ideas for our students? As you look at all the content and ideas you teach, a project-based approach should focus on those pivotal ideas and crucial concepts that are essential to mastery. We don't do work in our classrooms that doesn't have academic value, but we need to balance this with work that is also personally meaningful to our students. PBL helps us do this by centering student work around real problems that connect their learning to the world beyond the classroom. How can we do that? Give students important problems to solve and challenges to meet that require them to gain and apply their academic knowledge and skills to create something that has value to the community beyond the school. You can boil this area down to the kid in the back who always asks, "Why are we doing this?" If you can't give your students a real who for the work they are doing, you won't be able to tell them why they need to learn it, and certainly not why they need to care. Finally, PBL is about the process, not the product. How far we travel on that continuum from teaching to learning, or projects to PBL, is how often we can put the word student in front of choice, control, responsibility, and collaboration. If we are going to create lifelong learners who can think and solve and care for our world today and tomorrow, we need to transfer responsibility for learning now. Let's not create citizens who can work within someone else's vision. Let's create citizens who can develop their own. If we don't transfer responsibility and control to our students, we're just going to end up sitting through 20 presentations of the same product. If students are going to have any ownership of their learning, it has to be theirs, their ideas, their work, and their effort. So what can this look like? I still see a lot of book reports. Maybe they take the form of a movie-style book trailer, which is definitely more fun than a worksheet, but that is still a teacher-centered idea. Give students a real problem, like literacy, and make them responsible to be part of the solution. Yes, you may still have students who decide to create a trailer for a book, but others might start a book club, or begin a review of books, or create new book covers. All good ideas you could have asked them to do, but they chose it, how to do it, and have ownership. A great PBL prompt doesn't lead to action. It leads to questions. In this case, what kind of fault is it? Do transform and boundary faults cause the same surface damage? What is the geology under here, or even just over there? What is important to protect? Again, students can work to solve the problem in a variety of ways. But the problems we face today don't have simple fixes. They're complex issues that require a multifaceted approach. Let's set up students not for one correct answer, but better answers that make a difference. PBL is a great way to move the culture of our classrooms towards student-centered learning. To take steps in this direction, start by focusing on ideas that matter, work that matters, and effort that matters. Thank you.